Hey there, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm starting you off here at our tactical selection screen for a reason. It's because we have sort of a real different setup today. You saw Delphi in the last game who was playing here on the right wing. We've got Wanta over here on the left wing, and I just learned how to say his name, Wanta. And we're going to have Parra up front as well as Rovaglia. This is kind of Rovaglia's last chance. I mean, if Pietro is still unable to score goals, I don't know. He's not going to be on this team for much longer. Lee Jin-young, of course, and Wade back here. Park Myung-sung, Jang Jae-yi. We know about all these guys. Seo Jae-young, I'm going to keep starting him because he's looking pretty good, as well as Paulson. And let's go out there. Let's win this game against Hwacheto, which is China Locomotive. And we should be able to win pretty handedly, I think. I just want to see what happens with this defense, which gave up, as you will recall, 2 goals in our previous game, which is a little bit unusual. We had a real scare in that last one. If you go back to watch it, we gave up 2 goals, and we were tied 2-2 going into the very end of that first half, which is a place that we're not used to being. We have 102 points, and we're getting to the point really quickly here where we're going to end up winning the league and automatically gaining promotion. I'm guessing that we're going to see that probably by March or so. We're still in February here in game, but we've almost caught up here with real life, which has been interesting for playing only 1 game a day. Paulson now over to Lee Jin-young, and nothing comes of that, of course, as the highlight now goes over to China Locomotive, to Hwacheto. And it's Seo Jae-young winning that one in the air over to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young takes it up himself and has a little bit of a cross in there over to Rovaglia, and once again he gets a head onto it and is unable to score. And this is what I've been talking about with Pietro. He needs to start scoring goals. We need to see more goals from him. Beautiful, beautiful cross there from Lee Jin-young, which will get the Lee Jin-young fan club very, very excited for him. But unfortunately for us, that one was picked off by Liang Zhonghui. He goes back to Sun Xiaobin, who has featured in 2 highlights that have been negative for Hwacheto so far. Jang Jae-yi now takes it there on that right side over to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young looks forward, and he ends up going over to Park Myung-sung, and he finds Delphi over there, and Delphi unable to score. That was a really good save by Liang Zhonghui. I thought for sure that was going to be the first goal of the match, and here's Lee Jin-young again with a corner, and he knocks that one up and forward looking for Park Myung-sung, unable to find him. And because we have enough guys back, they can't get a counterattack out of that, and that looked pretty good for us. Let's take another look at this beautiful pass here from Park Myung-sung. He goes all the way across to the other side of the penalty area, and Delphi with a good strike on that one. That was a great play by the goaltender. That really was. You got to hand it to the keeper there. A little bit under 20,000 people here today, and I think that our fans are all expecting a win so much that they figure they don't need to come out. But hopefully we'll be able to get them back. It's Wanta now, and he finds Parra. Parra forward to Rovaglia, and Pietro, you've got to score that. You've got to score that goal. Beautiful cross once again. A great cross there by Parra. And Luciano with his excellent pass, and Pietro just can't score it. He can't seem to score a goal. I don't know what's going on. But he's not going to last long if he can't score a goal. We have so many good strikers in the squad. If you're not scoring, you're going to find yourself playing for China Locomotive before long. Here's Parra now looking forward, and he's got Rovaglia here, and Pietro must score, and he does. There's Pietro Rovaglia with his 21st goal of the season, and he's trying to tell me to keep him on the team and keep him on the squad and all of this. And finally, he's able to break through. And this is a great pass by Luciano, and he gets the defense around him first, and then he finds Rovaglia. He's onside. And Liang Zhonghui, who's played very, very well so far, is just in no man's land. I mean, there's nothing he can do about it. That pass was so good, threading the needle perfectly, and it's 1-0 Yanbian FC. And here's Park Myung-sung forward to Rovaglia over to Parra, and he returns the favor. And Liang Zhonghui is able to get an arm on that one. And boy, I tell you, Hwacheto should feel really, really lucky that wasn't another goal. Here we go with Lee Jin-young, another one of these near post corners. I had the far post ones on for a while, but the near post ones were working a little bit better. We need Torres in there. We need the big boy, and unfortunately, we didn't have the big boy there. We're going to see a quick replay of this one as well. Park Myung-sung taking it forward with the great pass to Rovaglia. He just sets it up for Parra, says, here, I'll return the favor to you. Parra, really, if he goes instead to the far post with that one, I think that's goal number 2 for us. Seo Jae-young now over to Park Myung-sung, over to Wanta. Wanta over to Delphi, can't find him. And it gets back to Delphi, and it's over to Rovaglia, who scores another goal, and that didn't look so pretty, but that's the second of the half and second of the game. And we're only 16 minutes into this, and Yanbian FC have a 2-0 lead. And, I mean, So Delphi misses the header here, and it's Wade who gets around onto that. Wade's such a great player. Delphi then finds Rovaglia, and the goaltender just sort of walks past that one. That was a ridiculous job by him. Poor defensive job. Rovaglia really should be passing that to Para, who's wide open, but he takes it himself instead. A little bit of selfishness on his part. Zhang Jianyi now over to Yi Jinyong. Yi Jinyong just stands there and waits for the defender to get it. Now Wade takes it away. Zhang Jianyi again looking for a better quality cross, and he finds it over there to Delphi, and that I thought that hit off of Para's head, but I suppose not. And I guess that went off of the head of the defender. That was an excellent cross, by the way, from Zhang Jianyi here. Does a great job with it, and Delphi gets the head onto it. Now I can see it was off the head of that defender. And Delphi's a little bit frustrated here that he hasn't scored yet, but we're not even 20 minutes into this one. Yi Jinyong now with the corner, and he knocks it up over to Shijia Yang, who unfortunately is not quite tall enough to get around onto it. Para back onto it now. Back to Yi Jinyong over to Para. Para penetrates a little bit over to Paulson. Yi Jinyong now, and he really penetrates, looks forward, knocks it over to Delphi, who grabs it there on the other side. Delphi back to Zhang Jianyi, and they kick it forward, looking for Manta, and unfortunately unable to find him. It's Liang Zhonghui who comes forward to make the save. We have an XG of almost 3, no penalties either. And there's Para with the header from the middle of nowhere, and I don't know where he came from, but we are definitely making the most of set pieces here in this one, man. So Delphi with a little kick into the wall, looking for Morant. I can't find him, and Para is able to just sort of boost himself up on the shoulders of Hua Ximing there, and is able to get a head onto that one for goal number 3. And Para is still the most prolific goal scorer here in the league. And I'm surprised that they haven't looked for him for this Chilean national side. At some point in time, they're going to start noticing this kid who keeps scoring goals like it's going out of fashion. Paulson now over to Yi Jinyong. Yi Jinyong looks forward to Para, and Para finds Delphi, and he finds Manta. And Sufanat has proven to us that he can score without necessarily taking a penalty. Manta, man, what a goal. 4-0 Yanbian FC. We're not even a half hour into this. This is what I thought we were going to see with these 4 here up front. This is excellent from Para, finding Delphi, and Delphi says, I don't want it, you take it. And that's a fast break goal if I ever saw one. And you're not going to stop that one. You're not going to stop that one, baby. And boy, we're having some real good performances now in this first half. And it's taken over to the corner there, and Rovaglia ends up with it. And Pietro, unfortunately, not able to get much under that shot, and it's deflected, but that's all right. Rovaglia probably is feeling pretty good right now after his 2 goals, and Zhang Jianyi plays this one really slowly, allows the defender to come up for some reason. Over now to Delphi. Delphi back to Yi Jinyong, and it goes to Para over to Wade. Now to Park Myung-sung slowly over to Yi Jinyong, and he takes a shot from range that forces a really good save from Liang Zhonghui, and Yi Jinyong now to take the corner. Yi Jinyong steps back and approaches, and up comes the corner, and unfortunately it hits one of the Huochetou players, and now it's Wang Qianshuo with it, and he looks backwards, and we end up with the ball again with another free kick. Para now, and he's looking for a second goal, and Liang Zhonghui comes out there like Superman trying to save that one. I think that one was going out of bounds, actually. I don't think that required that sort of save. Yi Jinyong now looking forward, trying to fight Park Myung-sung, just quite can't. Delphi now takes control of this. He moves it forward, and he's kind of forced into a corner now. Now he finds Park Myung-sung, who takes a shot from range, and that almost went in. Man, this team. Yangfan now for Huochetou, and it's Park Myung-sung again, who's all over the place here. He knocks that one out of the box. Paulson now knocks it out over to Delphi, to Rovaglia, and we have a chance for a break, and we've got a man forward. Rovaglia doesn't see him. Now he does. Instead, he goes back to Zhang Jianyi. And you had Para moving forward there, and I don't know why Rovaglia didn't see him. Delphi now moves forward, and he is dispossessed of that one a little bit too easily, but Zhang Jianyi is able to go back and get onto that. We're trying to play keep away from Liu Xiaoziyang. Over to Zhang Jianyi now. We're trying to make sure that no shots come in whatsoever, so he doesn't have to make any saves. Delphi now with it. Moves forward. Moves back a little bit over to Wade. Wade looking for a cross over to Para, and he just barely misses that. Muanta now. And ends up back with Park Myung-sung, and he knocks that out of bounds for some reason. There was no one around him. Still, this was a good chance and a good bit of penetration here. Delphi trying to get off his man, couldn't do so. Over to Wade, and it was over to Para, who just missed that one. Hit the post and then hit the goalkeeper in the back of the head. That'll wake you up. Here's Para now over to Park Myung-sung, over to Lee Jin-young, who lobs it forward, looking for somebody but can't find him. Para is there over on the side instead of over in the front. That's almost an own goal, honestly. Liang Zhonghui fortunately able to get onto that one for them. It's a strange back pass, and here's Rovaglia looking for it, and he gets his hat trick. Emphatically, he hits that one with style, and he says, out of my way, everybody. We want to get the hat trick, and he has been an assassin in front of goal today, and he's probably feeling upset that he hasn't started more games, but it's kind of hard when you have these guys playing in front of you. And Rovaglia says, take that to all of his frustrations, and he scores the big goal for us. And not much he can do. 5-0 Yanbian FC, and we're going to have a big one today. Rovaglia now getting that 10.0 rating. And here's Jang Jae now looking back to Park Myung-sung. He's going to look forward a little bit. He takes it forward, looking for someone. Lee Jin-young now. Lee Jin-young tries a shot from range, nothing doing. And Liang Zhonghui with the ball again. Here's Jang Jae now over looking for Delphi. Can't quite find him. And it's cleared out to Shi Jiayang, who gets it over to Park Myung-sung, over to Muranta, over to Lee Jin-young. Back to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung looks forward. He lobs it forward to Muranta, who tries to do his best Rovaglia impression and instead kicks it over to some little kid over there in the 10th row. And here is Liu Xiaoziyang again, over to Zhang Jianyi. Zhang Jianyi now back to Delphi. Delphi moves it forward. And looking for Wade, who kind of misses it, but ends up winning it back anyway. Over to Zhang Jianyi, to Delphi now. He's double-teamed. Moves it back over to Paulson. Paulson to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young back to Paulson. Good control over to Wade. Looking for Rovaglia, and I mean, that was not a very good pass, I have to say, by Wade, and that was a little bit unfortunate for us. And, oh man, Li Boshi is forward ahead of everybody for Huachatou, and luckily for us, that shot goes over. And what happened to the defenders here? I thought they took this out of FM23 with this update, and we have a couple of defenders here who just sort of were looking back and, you know, were nowhere in no man's land. And fortunately for us, that wasn't a goal, but that looked a little bit bad. I mean, we're up 5-0. I'm not too worried about that. You know, I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. Shi Jiayang, again, having a 6.6 game, which would indicate that he probably is not quite good enough to play at this level, but we're going to keep playing him anyway. I guess that they're blaming him. There's Shi Jiayang getting back on that one. And at some point in time, he picked up a yellow card. So I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe he had something to say with the referee after he made the mistake. Zhang Jianyi now takes it up by himself over to Delphi. Delphi, he's got Para right there. And unfortunately for Para, he was offside. But that one was, I mean, he had him sitting there all day. Look at how far offside these guys are, both of them. Both of them are miles offside, both Para, and I'm guessing that's Wanta, who's the other one who's offside. And I mean, wow, they're just totally in the middle of nowhere. Delphi also has a 10.0, by the way, and it's over to Park Myung-sung here on this indirect free kick. Over to Muranta, and he's got goal number 2 of the game, the number 4 of the season. And Muranta, as I predicted, is going to be a great, great player for us. This is an excellent pass over to Park Myung-sung, who is completely unmarked. He can take it all day long, and he just says, here, who wants it? And Sufanat says, it's me, and he scores that goal in that back corner. And he's giving you the, thankful Thai gestures and all of this stuff. And we love it. We're up 6-0, and we are dominant in this match, and we're only going to get better. Rovaglia trying to take it off of his man and unable to do so. And it's Yangfan now with it here for Huachatou, back to Mr. Sun Xiaobin, that is, over to Shi Jiayang, over to Park Myung-sung now. Shi Jiayang is good at going back and getting those, and that's kind of what we need him to do. Muranta now looks for Rovaglia and finds him, and there's number 4 for Pietro. And he's telling Luciano, hey, I'm coming for you, man. Coming for you, brother. 7-0 Yanbian FC, 4 goals today for Pietro. And boy, I sure hope you've stayed with us this whole length, because this has been a lot of fun. And who is it? It is Muranta with that assist, and he must be close to a 10.0 as well. And, I mean, we're just completely ripping them apart left and right. Not even close. It's not fair. Yeah, Murata's on a 9.7, and Para's on a 9.5. And these boys are getting along pretty well. And here's Muranta again. And he's going to walk it up a little bit himself. And he ends up going back to Park Myung-sung, who kicks it forward to Zhang Jianyi. Now, Huachatou are okay. I think they're in like 11th place or something like that. They're not an awful team, but we're making them look like they're bad. We're making them look like they're real bad here. And it's Li Boshi again over to Yangfan for Huachatou. And it's back to Li Boshi, who's thinking we want to get one back. Over to Wu Liang now, and over to, what is his name? Gao something or other. And fortunately, we're able to get around onto that one. That was Gao Jianxuan who had that shot. And it ends up going nowhere, doing nothing. Para now, and boy, that one goes way up there. That's a major league pop-up, man. Who got a foot onto that one? Wow. Lee Jin-young now, and he kicks this corner forward, and he's looking for Xu Jiayang, who just cannot get a head over onto it. It goes back to Delphi. He is stripped of it. It goes out for a throw. Nobody's even tired yet, man. We're going to keep them out there if they're not tired. Everybody's in the green except for Xu Jiayang, and I feel like the game's kind of being a little bit harsh on him. We have an XG of 5.20, and yet we've still scored more than that. We've scored 7 goals, and we're looking really, really good, and we will just keep on trucking and keep on moving along. And here's Delphi in another attacking position, and that one goes way up there. That one hits the third deck. I mean, man, I tell you, the force with which we're hitting these balls is knocking it all over the park here, and the fans are loving it. They're loving it, man. Lee Jin-young now with the corner. Can't find anybody. It goes back, and Delphi has to go back and get it with the rest, with the best of them, and with the rest of them, and Delphi moves it on forward, back to Wade. Wade, as we set it up again, over to Mwanta, over to Lee Jin-young, back to Park Myung-sung, and Mwanta takes his place. And Park Myung-sung walks it backwards to Xu Jiayang and then back to Park Myung-sung. And that attack, unfortunately for us, fizzles out a little bit. We've had 36 shots, 17 on target. Not too bad. Delphi now with his corner. And he knocks it forward looking for Park Myung-sung. Just can't find him. Back to Delphi. And he's going to walk this back over to Park Myung-sung, who knocks it back to Jang Jae-yi, over to Para. Para now thinks about it, slows it down a little bit. Forward to, who is that? It's Wade there on that side, over to Xu Jiayang. Xu Jiayang back to Lee Jin-young, over to Wade again. Wade walks it over to Park Myung-sung, and he has a shot from range, and unfortunately that one does a lot of nothing, but it was a good idea, a good try. Delphi now from another attacking spot. And we keep getting these free kicks because we keep getting fouled, and if it weren't for all these Hochito fouls, I think we would have our 10 goals here today. It's Paulson winning that one in the air, over to Rovaglia, back to Jang Jae-yi, over to Wade, back to Jang Jae-yi, over to Delphi. Delphi walks it forward, kicks it up to Rovaglia, and he's got a cross to Pietro, and instead he crosses it backwards. Lee Jin-young, who tries to curve one in there, but it ends up going out for a goal kick. I don't know why Rovaglia doesn't cross that one a little bit sooner. With a little bit better teamwork on his part, we would have the goal. And here comes Para. And Para crosses it to the defender. That's an idea. Park Myung-sung now. And he walks it forward over to Wade, and Wade over to Delphi, and Delphi takes that shot from range and just can't quite get it down, can't quite get it in. Delphi, I think, feels a lot more comfortable playing up front. Miranda, as you can see, has the 2 goals and two assists and has his argument for player of the match, but it's probably going to go over to Pietro, who has the 1 assist and the 4 goals. Delphi, and I don't know what we're doing here in the back. And that should have been an indirect free kick, right? I mean, that was hit with the foot over to their own goaltender. Whatever. Park Myung-sung, Football Manager does weird things sometimes. Park Myung-sung now takes it forward, gets rid of the nonsense, over to Wade. Wade misses his man who's sliding, and I mean, it's in slow motion, but they still can't keep up with us. Over to Lee Jin-young now, and he tries another one of those Benham-like Beckham moments, and he just can't quite do it. Only 21 years old, that Lee Jin-young, and so we still have a lot of hope for him to develop in the future. 7-0 Yanbian FC, and we can't really complain, but it would be nice to have one of these men playing in the back start scoring some goals on their own, and not from set pieces either. And here's Mwanta over to Para, and Mwanta was fouled, and instead they're calling offsides on Mwanta. He was fouled in the box, but so it is. Sun Xiaobin now is just going to stand there and hope that time is called so that he doesn't have to play this match anymore. Jang Jae-yi is still out there fighting hard to win the header, and it's Paulson who wins it finally over to Wade. And Wade finds Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young, take a shot from there, my friend. Now he goes over to Mwanta, and that is the final whistle. And we have dominated in this match. 7-0 for Yanbian FC. And I tell you, 4 goals for Rovaglia, 1 for Para, 2 for Mwanta, 1 for Delphi, and 1 for Park Myung-sung. And we are... I'm sorry, that's not a goal for Park Myung-sung. I don't know what exactly is going on. We had a lot of goals today. That's all I'm going to say about it. I hope that... must be an assist or something like that. I hope that you've had a good time watching this one, and I will see you again tomorrow with more action. Talk to you later. Bye.